Good morning. This is Susan, and this is Susan's Ramblings. I don't know if you got all your Christmas gifts ready yet, but these are good gifts to give to almost anyone. My family's going to get a lot of these this year for Christmas, simply because I think food is going to become very, very welcomed in this economy that we have, with the prices going up as high as they are. It's going to be difficult for families to get food and to pay for the food that they need. So this would be some good recipes to give to them for food. Most of them are basic recipes. I don't have any sweet recipes in here yet, but these are recipes that you could put on as a soup or as a side dish, even as a main dish. And what the other these recipes will take dehydrated vegetables. I highly recommend getting a dehydrator. It's one of the best investments I made in my life. In fact, I have two of them going almost 24/7. Carrots and onions are in them today, but we will be putting in frozen peas and frozen carrot and peas and beans tomorrow. Maybe beans, corn, and peas. And I don't know what's going in the second dehydrator yet, but it'll be something. Anyway, and I also recommend going to get cheese powder, tomato powder, and those kind of things, butter powder. Some of these recipes use those things in, you can open the can and repackage it, and it will last for a long, long time, as long as you package it right. All right, enough of my talking now. I don't know if I told you to subscribe and like the recipes, but please do. Sure. All right, the first one is garden vegetable soup in a jar. You use beans. I got pinto beans. 1/4 cup of beans. 1 cup of dehydrated vegetables. Don't put more than 1 cup in, because by the time it's dehydrated, it's going to be plenty, okay? 1/4 cup of pearl barley, 1/4 cup of black beans, 1/4 cup of vegetable bouillon, or use chicken bouillon, 1 tablespoon onion flakes, 1/2 tablespoon of parsley flakes, 1 teaspoon of dried thyme. And you layer these all in, and then you put the directions on it. You add diced tomatoes to this. It says 1 quart, but that's 32 ounces. That would be 2 small cans of tomatoes. There's another thing I thought of when I did this, but I can't remember what it is now. Oh, beans. You can dehydrate your beans too. Take your beans from the can, either cook it by scratch, or if you want to be really easy, take a can of beans, rinse them, and drain them, and then put them in the dehydrator and dehydrate them, and you will make it would be easier. Okay, you'd have beans on hand at all times. If you lose water, lose electricity, it'd be a lot easier to rehydrate your beans with a cup of hot water than it would be to try to cook your beans over a cooked camp stove or a fireplace or something like that. Broccoli cheese mix in a jar. This is where I come in with my cheese powder and so forth. I don't buy cheddar cheese powder. We're not crazy about cheddar cheese, so I just plain use a cheese powder. 1/4 cup of cheddar cheese powder, 1/4 cup of buttermilk powder. You can buy buttermilk powder right over the counter in the stores. 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1/4 teaspoon of paprika, 1/4 teaspoon of ground mustard, 1/2 tablespoon of dried onion, 1/4 tablespoon of pepper, 2 teaspoons of vegetable bouillon, 1/2 cup of dried broccoli, and 1/2 cup of dried carrots. There again, we use the dehydrator to do our broccoli and our cheese. That is what's going in my second dehydrated broccoli this time. There, and then you got your directions on there. You know, you can make all of these mixes, and that they don't have to be in a jar. You can be in your pantry. Just put them in a Ziploc bag and put them in your pantry, and it's an easy thing to grab really fast for a fast supper. Chicken noodle soup in a jar. This is the same thing as was before. Dehydrated vegetables again. 1 cup of egg noodle pasta. 1 cup of dehydrated vegetables, 2½ tablespoons of chicken bouillon, 1½ teaspoon pepper, 1/4 teaspoon thyme, 1/8 teaspoon garlic powder, 1 tablespoon parsley, 1 tablespoon chive, and 1/8 teaspoon of hot pepper flakes. That's optional. You notice most of these recipes have about the same seasonings in, the same spices in, so you can go a long ways with that. There's your chicken noodle one. Instant potato soup. It doesn't get much easier than this one. 4 cups of instant potatoes, 2 cups of instant milk powder, 1/4 cup of chicken bouillon granules, 1 package of ranch dressing mix, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1/8 cup dried onion flakes, 1/2 cup dried onion flakes, black pepper to taste. To make this, you just add half a cup of mix and a cup of boiling water, and you let it sit for 2 minutes, and you got your soup. I usually use some of the Idahoan mix packets in this one, and gives me an extra flavor boost. Macaroni and cheese in a mix. This is another one that I put on my shelves to just grab in a hurry. Just like your crafts and so forth, but instead I make my own, and I don't have as many preservatives in them as the ones you buy over at the store. This one is 2½ cups of elbow macaroni, 2/3 cup of cheese powder, 2 tablespoons of dried milk, 4 teaspoons of butter powder, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. And you do the same thing. This one is in a quart jar because it's bigger. And again, I have them on my shelf just to grab instead of the macaroni and the Crafts macaroni or so forth that you can buy. Anyway, that's another one. Okay, Kraft macaroni and cheese. Here's another one. Aroni. How many of you have Aroni in your cupboard? Did you know it had spaghetti in it? I didn't until I started doing these recipes, and I thought, gee whiz, okay. Aroni. This is another one I have in my cupboard, in my pantry, and I have it just in a Ziploc bag that I can grab them real easy. It also doesn't give me the additives that you would have in the Aroni that you buy over the store, over the counter. 1 cup of uncooked spaghetti, broken into very thin pieces. 1 cup of rice, 1/2 cup of dried parsley, 5 tablespoons of chicken bouillon, 2 tablespoons of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of dried thyme. That's it. That's all there is. You can also, instead of chicken bouillon, you can make the beef bouillon in there. This is another one that I put in the cupboard as mix, and I just have to grab a package, and I've got it on hand. Next one, Hamburger Helper in a jar. This is another one that I just keep in a Ziploc bag in a pantry. In fact, I think most of my children, my family, are going to get these recipes, except I don't think I'll put them in jars. I will put them in the baggies, like I said, maybe 1 or 2 baggies each one. And I think it'd be appreciated any way you give it. But with jars being as hard to get these days, I think Ziploc bags will work just fine. Hamburger Helper. 1 teaspoon cornstarch or flour. I recommend cornstarch on this one. 2 teaspoons paprika, 1 teaspoon onion powder, 1 teaspoon garlic powder, 1 teaspoon salt, 1 cup powdered milk, 1/4 cup of beef bouillon, 1/4 cup tomato powder, 1 cup of dehydrated hamburger, and 1.5 cups elbow macaroni. I would leave the salt out here in this until I tasted it, simply because the bouillon will probably give you a lot of salt. So I would make the salt optional at this point, at the point that I make it. Add it later if I need it. Beef taco mix in a jar. This is another one that can be put on your pantry and have. 1 cup of dehydrated ground beef, and yes, ground beef can be dehydrated. You cook it first, then you rinse it off in hot water. Rinse it off in hot water until your water runs clear. Then you dry it and you put it on your dehydrator. So it can be done. 1 cup of dehydrated ground beef, 1.5 cups of white rice, 1/2 cup dehydrated bell peppers, 2 teaspoons minced dried onion, 2 tablespoons taco seasoning, 1 teaspoon dehydrated garlic flakes, 1/2 teaspoon smoked paprika, 1/4 cup tomato powder, 2 teaspoons of beef bouillon, 1.5 teaspoons of salt. There again, I would leave the salt out until I tasted it because of bouillon you've got in there, and 1 bay leaf. There you all go. Put it in a bag so you can just grab it as you need it. Again, it doesn't have all the additives and so forth that you would find in a jar or in a bag in the store, even if you could find it, okay. One last one. Minestrone soup mix in a jar. This one uses a lot of your beans. 1/4 cup red lentils, 1/4 cup split peas, 1/4 cup barley, 1/4 cup of dehydrated carrots, 1/8 cup of dehydrated celery, 1/8 cup of dehydrated peppers, 1/3 cup of chicken bouillon granules, 2 tablespoons of dehydrated parsley, 3 tablespoons of onion flakes, 1/3 teaspoon of thyme, 1/3 teaspoon of pepper, and 1 teaspoon of basil, 1/4 cup of small pasta. There you go, minestrone soup. That's it for today. I've got more that we're going into tomorrow. I really think food is going to be the way to go this Christmas, if you haven't already bought presents, or maybe even if you have, just give them a package or 2. Have a great day. God bless you. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.